Good evening, everyone. It is April the 17th, roughly 5:30 p.m. here in Santa Rosa, Ancon, Peru. And as you can see, I am just sitting up here on the rooftop. I thought I'd give you guys a view. Down there is the ocean. Close by the ocean there are just beautiful resort and estates, and that is where Melina and I got married in 2014, and it was just amazing. There is a go-kart track there that usually races, but nothing's happening because we are still in the quarantine, and we are surrounded by mountainous sand dunes. This is the area where we did our VBS connections, backpacks, and school supplies for the children. In that soccer area there with the blue fence, that is where we had our connection day. And over there is the church that we worked with, that we partnered with. And we got as many kids as we can in this area that can afford much to receive those backpacks and the gospel message of Jesus. So if you're watching this video and you supported our ministry, thank you once again. Many children got blessed. I believe it was over 225 or something like that. But many of those kids were blessed. So at least we were able to do it before the quarantine. We actually believe it was on the Saturday that we did it, and then 2 days later was the quarantine. So that was good timing in that. Anyways, we are continuing in our study in the book of Revelation, and we are in Revelation chapter 8. So let's get into it here. Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of a half an hour. So what could that mean? Well, it's possible that it could be a sign of deep respect and awe in the presence of the judge of all the earth. Just as earthly courtrooms demand silence before the judge is presiding, so does the heavenly courtroom. A couple verses here. Zephaniah 1 verse 7 says, "Be silent before the sovereign Lord, for the day of the Lord is near." Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 20 says, "The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before the Lord." You know, he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And at this very moment, he is about to send his wrath upon the earth, upon all wickedness, who have rejected him, who have mocked him, who have done unthinkable and unspeakable wickedness upon the earth. So it's possible that that is what that silence is. Verse 2. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets. Now each of these trumpets, when they are about to be blasted, God is about to send his wrath upon the earth. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before God out of the angel's hands. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. So this judgment right here, God is vindicating his saints that have been persecuted, that have been martyred, and he doesn't miss one prayer. And he's taken all the prayer of the saints and he's putting it in the incense. And the angel is dipping it in the fire and he's casting it upon earth. And so that is just going to be a terrible time. You see, God is our great judge. We got puppies down there. Verse 6, just so I remember. But anyways, we got little puppies down there, and they're getting into a little quarrel. Psst, hey! Anyways, so that's what that noise was, if you're wondering. All right, verse 6. And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth. And the third part of the trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea. And the third part of the sea became blood. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of the waters. Wow. So it doesn't matter who you are, you're not going to escape this one. And the name of the star is called wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters, because they were made bitter. So those of you who don't think that there's a God, just keep in mind, the very water that you drink, God gave you that for life. He gave you that. He gave you the air that you breathe. He gave you the green grass that's about to be burned up here, the trees, the nature, all of creation. God created that for you. And he's not going to tolerate mocking and scoffing much longer. So this is a revelation that I'm reading here. This is God's very word for those who continue to reject him. Praise the Lord that I am not going to be here on this day. And the name of the star is called wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters, because they were made bitter. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. And I beheld, and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Wow. So that finishes that chapter. But there is more to come. Look at it. If you're watching this video and you don't know God, what do you have to lose? Go in your room, go in your living room, wherever you want to be, and just call out upon his name. It's that simple. It's not complicated. And there's nothing that you have to do to earn his salvation. Just call upon his name, see if he's really real, and give God a chance. See if he'll give you a vision or a dream, or even speak to your heart, or even give you an audible voice, speak to you audibly like he did with me. Because the days are getting short, and you don't know when the Lord is going to be coming back for those who love him. And after that happens, this is what's about to take place. But the good news is that you don't have to be in this camp. You really don't. But if the Lord were to come back tonight, just be prepared for that. It's not going to be nice. Anyways, God bless you guys, and I'm praying for you, and I love you. And even though I got a few views, I'm thankful that you are watching. So God bless you guys. See you tomorrow.